Welcome to our lecture on parasitology. Today, we are diving into the fascinating yet highly destructive world of Meloidogyne, commonly known as the root knot nematode. This microscopic parasite might be invisible to the naked eye, but it has the power to reshape the very foundation of our global food supply. By the end of this session, you will understand exactly how this tiny worm hijacks plant biology, the massive economic impact it causes, and the mathematical models we use to predict the damage it leaves behind. Let us begin. To truly understand what this parasite does, imagine you are trying to drink water through a straw, but someone pinches the straw and ties a tight knot in it. You would quickly become dehydrated and weak. This is exactly what happens to plants when they are attacked by the root knot nematode. Instead of allowing the plant's roots to absorb water and nutrients normally, these tiny invaders hijack the entire root system. They force the plant to build giant, swollen knots around them. The plant ends up spending all its vital energy feeding the worm inside these knots, leaving the stems and leaves above ground to wither, turn yellow, and eventually die. Now that we have an intuitive picture, let us look at the formal scientific definition. Meloidogyne is a genus of obligate, sedentary, endoparasitic nematodes. What do these terms mean? First, obligate means they absolutely require a living host plant to complete their life cycle. They cannot survive on dead organic matter. Second, sedentary means that once they enter the root tissue, they stop moving. They permanently settle down in one specific spot inside the plant. Finally, endoparasitic tells us that their feeding and reproduction happen entirely inside the host's tissue, hidden away from the outside world. So, how does this invasion actually happen? The cycle begins with the infective second-stage juvenile, scientifically known as J2. This microscopic worm actively seeks out a host and penetrates the root. Once inside, it does not just stay near the surface, it migrates deep into the vascular cylinder, which is the plant's main transport system for water and nutrients. Upon reaching this critical area, the nematode injects specialized chemical secretions directly into the surrounding plant cells. These secretions act like a biological hack, forcing normal, healthy plant cells to fuse together and completely change their function. These fused cells become what we call giant cells. They are massive, multinucleated structures that act as a specialized feeding sink, constantly drawing nutrients away from the plant and delivering them straight to the nematode. While the nematode feeds, the surrounding root tissue rapidly divides to form a protective casing, which creates the characteristic gall, or root knot, that gives the parasite its name. Safely inside this knot, the female nematode eventually swells into a distinct pear shape. She then produces hundreds of eggs, encased in a protective, gelatinous matrix on the root surface, ready to start the destructive cycle all over again. Let us visualize everything we just discussed with this diagram. On the right, you can see the thread-like second-stage juveniles in the soil, migrating toward a healthy root tip. Once inside, look at the center of the image. You can clearly see the swollen gall, or root knot, disrupting the normal vascular tissue. Inside this protective gall, notice the massive giant cells that have formed. Right next to them is the adult female nematode, which has swollen into that characteristic pear shape. Finally, protruding toward the outside, you can see the gelatinous egg mass she has produced, releasing a new generation of juveniles back into the soil to continue the cycle. Now that we understand the biology, we must ask, Why does this microscopic worm matter so much to human society? The reality is that Meloidogyne species are considered one of the most economically destructive agricultural pests on the entire planet. Every single year, they cause billions of dollars in crop losses. They are incredibly versatile, infecting over 2,000 different species of plants. This includes essential global food crops that billions of people rely on, such as tomatoes, potatoes, rice, and soybeans. Their widespread nature makes them a global threat to food security. Because these parasites are so widespread, we must understand how they physically damage the crops in the field. When a farmer's field is heavily infested, the compromised root systems simply cannot absorb water efficiently. This leads to stunted plant growth, severe wilting during hot days, and drastically reduced harvest yields. If we did not study these parasites and develop ways to manage them, the consequences would be dire. By using strategies such as crop rotation, planting resistant plant varieties, and applying chemical nematicides, we can prevent entire agricultural economies from collapsing and avoid severe global food shortages. To make informed farming decisions, agricultural scientists use mathematical models to predict exactly how much of a crop will be lost. The most famous of these is the Seinhorst yield loss equation. Conceptually, this formula calculates the expected harvest by accounting for the plant's natural tolerance and the compounding damage of the parasites. Let us break down the symbols. Y is the relative crop yield you will actually get. Lowercase m is the minimum guaranteed yield, even in the worst-case scenario. The variable z is the damage constant, representing the specific harm caused by a single nematode. P stands for the initial population density in the soil, and T is the tolerance limit. If the population P is less than the tolerance T, the yield remains perfect. But as P increases beyond T, the yield drops exponentially. Let us see this formula in action with a concrete example. A farmer is planting tomatoes in a heavily infested field. We are given an initial population, P, of 150 nematodes, a tolerance limit, T, of 50, a minimum yield, M, of 0.20, and a damage constant, Z, of 0.95. We need to find the expected relative yield. First, we calculate the excess population by subtracting the tolerance from the initial population, giving us 100 nematodes actively causing harm. Next, we substitute all our values into the Seinhorst equation. We simplify the term in parentheses to 0.80, representing the maximum possible yield loss. Then we evaluate the exponential part, 0.95 to the power of 100, which is a tiny 0.0059. Multiplying these gives 0.0047. Adding this to our minimum yield of 0.20, we get a final relative yield of 20.47%. Physically, this means the farmer will lose nearly 80% of their crop, proving that immediate pest control is necessary. Now that we have calculated the crop loss, we must understand how the nematode population reaches such destructive levels in the first place. Because these parasites reproduce continuously when surrounded by abundant food in the plant roots, we model their reproduction using the standard exponential growth formula. In this equation, N sub T represents the final total nematode population after a certain time. N sub 0 is the initial population of adult females that first invaded the root. The letter E is the base of the natural logarithm, a mathematical constant used for continuous growth. The variable R is the continuous daily growth rate, which increases when soil conditions are ideal, and T is the total time period, measured in days. As time T increases, the population explodes upward. Let us apply this growth formula to a real scenario. Suppose a root system initially contains just 10 adult females. Under ideal temperatures, the population grows with a continuous rate of 0.15 per day. We want to calculate the total population after 30 days. We start by substituting our given values into the equation. N sub 0 is 10, R is 0.15, and T is 30. First, we simplify the exponent by multiplying the daily growth rate by the 30 days, which gives us 4.5. Next, we evaluate e to the power of 4.5 using a scientific calculator, yielding a massive growth multiplier of approximately 90.017. Finally, we multiply this by our initial population of 10. Our final answer is approximately 900 nematodes. This physically demonstrates how a tiny initial infection of just 10 worms can explode into a massive, field-destroying population in just 1 month. We have covered a lot of ground today, so let us review the most important ideas. First, we learned that Meloidogyne, or root-knot nematodes, are obligate endoparasites that hijack plant roots, forcing them to create specialized feeding sites called galls. Second, we saw how this biological hijacking starves the rest of the plant, leading to massive agricultural yield losses worldwide. Third, we explored how mathematical tools, like the Sine-Horst equation, allow us to predict these losses and make informed, economical farming decisions. Finally, our exponential growth calculations proved just how rapidly these parasites multiply, highlighting the urgent need for immediate pest management. You now have a solid understanding of both the biology and the mathematics behind one of the world's most destructive agricultural pests.